Welcome everyone to Commerce Mortgage's REALPro webinar titled How to Make Money with Commerce REALPro. My name is Coy Peltz. I'm the Director of Development for REALPro, and I also have Josh Brooks, Commerce Mortgage's Business Development Executive for REALPro, on the webinar with me today. Everyone on the webinar has entered as muted. We keep everyone muted in order to keep the audio quality from being interrupted by phones ringing or dogs barking or other background noises. Josh and I are going to play dual roles on this webinar. I provide the content, and Josh keeps me on my toes, letting me know if we have any questions. If you want to leave this webinar, or we want you to leave the webinar feeling good about what you've learned today regarding REALPro, and if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please type them in the question box. Josh will view the questions, and he'll interrupt me to let me know when the questions come in. We'll try to answer 100% of the questions that come in today, so please don't be afraid to ask. Commerce Mortgage hosts 3 REALPro webinars each month: REALPro Basics, REALPro Features, and How to Make Money with REALPro, and we commonly refer to these trainings as REALPro 101, 201, and 301. Today, everyone is on the 301 webinar entitled How to Make Money with Commerce REALPro, and the webinar is for REALPro users at any level, but more advanced users will probably gain a little more from this session, and we'll cover topics to assist realtors who are looking to find more buyers and sellers, how to market HUD homes, for sale by owners, pocket listings, and builder marketing. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the training here, and I'm going to start off by logging into one of my demo accounts here, so give me 1 second. That is the wrong name. All right. So everyone should be familiar with what their back office looks like, and hopefully everybody's done this before. But I'm going to start off talking about Craigslist. And a big part of what I'm going to talk today hinges on Craigslist, and I know in last week's training I talked about Craigslist, and I went through doing a posting, but I'm going to go ahead and touch on that again today because Craigslist is very important for marketing your home and trying to get more leads. So even when we start talking about marketing HUD homes and for sale by owners, Craigslist is a huge part of that. So I want to go over to where my active listings are. If I wanted to make a listing or a posting to Craigslist, I would find an active listing, and I can take any one of my properties here that are active. And I'll go ahead and take, just say this one. And then if I want to see what my Craigslist posting is going to look like, I can click the preview button. So that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this Craigslist HTML, and then I'm going to go over to Craigslist. Once you're at Craigslist, this is the first screen that you'll come to, and then you'll want to do a new posting. And then we are going to do housing offered. We're going to do real estate by broker. And then our posting title, we would type in whatever we wanted to type about this house. So we can do I can type in something like great 4-bedroom home. And if I want to type in a specific location, I can. If not, it's no big deal. And then in the posting description, I just need to paste the Craigslist HTML that we copied from this screen right here into the description. And then I can also go ahead and put the price in here. So what was the price of this home? It was $1,775. and then we can type in the bedrooms and baths and all that kind of stuff, but we don't have to do that, so we can leave that blank. And that's one thing about using the RealPro system is we try to make it really easy for you to be able to post to Craigslist, so you don't have to fill in much information. We do tell you to go ahead and put a posting title in there. That's something that you'll have to do. Go ahead and put the price in there. Everything else you can leave blank. We don't want to show it on maps because that'll break the template and it won't look right. So we're just going to post it just like this, and we can go here and click continue. And this is now it's telling us that we can add up to 12 images for the posting, but we don't need to do that because our Craigslist HTML automatically uses our images. So we can say done with that. And this is what is telling us a draft of what our posting will look like. So this all looks really good, and again, it's really simple to post to Craigslist. And this is something that you guys, as far as marketing goes, and again, I touched on this last week, but when you're posting to Craigslist, try to only post about 4 or 5 listings a day, and otherwise they will start getting what they call ghosted. And ghosted means that when you start pumping out a lot of listings and you do it all at once, you might think that your listings are getting posted to Craigslist, but and everything will go through just like it's working, but they actually won't get displayed. And so we also encourage people to maybe do this the first thing when you wake up every morning. And maybe when you wake up you post some listings to Craigslist from your house. And the reason being is if you go to your office and you have a lot of people posting to Craigslist from your office, Craigslist notices that all of those postings are coming from the same IP address. So even though you're using a different account, you're still using the same IP address, and because of that you're less likely to get your listings posted. So it could be a lot of work for nothing. So we try to tell all the agents to maybe do this first thing in your morning when you wake up, try to make 4 or 5 postings, try to keep it under that, and you should be good and all of your postings should go up. If this looks good to you, you can actually just click the publish button. So that's kind of the process that you guys will need to use when you're posting to Craigslist. But now I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk about HUD Homes, because HUD Homes are great to market on Craigslist. And to find HUD Homes, what you would need to do is you would go to the HUDHomestore.com, which I've gone to here, and then you would click your area, whatever state that you are in. So I'm actually located in Ohio, so I'm just going to type Ohio, and then I'm going to type in a county. And I can search for all of the HUD homes in this county, and I can sort by price. Now it looks like I can tell you there were a lot more on here the other day. HUD homes do turn over very quickly, so there's 3 new ones on here in the last couple days, so you might have several new ones every day. So we encourage everybody to come back here a lot. If I wanted to try another county, there's a lot more here. In fact, there's a whole lot more in Hamilton County. The prices are a little higher. We have one here for $172,000. You'll also notice that the homes with the higher price ranges, so when you start getting up above 150 to 400,000, those homes typically move really quick. So you'll want to go ahead and market those as soon as they come on the market. And the way you can do that is you can actually, at the top of HUDHomestore.com, you can register for an account. So you could register for a public account. And what you can do is, like it says here, by registering with this site, you can save links to your favorite properties and your favorite property searches, and we can receive email alerts about selected properties. So what we can do is we can log in, we can create an account here, and maybe we want to be notified anytime a new property comes up in a specific area. It'll automatically email us letting us know that there's a new property, so that can alert you to go make sure you add that property to your Commerce REALPro website. So this is where you go to find all of the new HUD homes. Let me go back here now. But there are some rules for HUD homes that you need to follow if you're going to be marketing HUD homes. So what you should, most of the people on the call, I believe, are in California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Colorado, and the HUD home rules for that area you can find on the PIMCO website. So I'm going to go there right now, so HUDPIMCO.com. And there are 5 different areas throughout the country who set the marketing rules for HUD homes, and for the most part, the rules are pretty universal. One of the main things you need to know is your broker at least has to have a NAID number. If anybody's ever put in an offer on a HUD home, they'll know what a NAID number is, but a NAID number is something that for an agent to be able to submit any offers, your brokerage has to have one. So most brokerages do have one already. And then if I go to information, let's see, there's a section here, there's a HUD Homes for FAQ. Give me 1 second, I'll find it. So what I did is when you go to HUDPIMCO.com and you click on the FAQ here, there's going to see, let's see, I'm not the listing broker but would like to market HUD homes. Is this allowed? And of course the answer is yes. And here it's an open selling process. And here are 9 rules that you need to make sure that you follow when you're marketing HUD homes. So this is something that you guys should all read and definitely understand. And I would set a bookmark to this if I were you guys, so you can always go back and reference it. But this explains why you can market HUD homes and where you can find HUD homes. You can go to HUDHomestore.com, like I talked about, or you can even go to HUD PIMCO and you can get properties there as well. So what I'm going to do is we'll just say for this particular property, this one it happens to be in Ohio. Let's see, I could look up this property and I could enter in this listing into my Commerce REALPro account. So I could take the pictures and take all of the information from this website, and I could enter it in to my Commerce REALPro account, and then it would become an active listing just like we have here. And when you are entering in your listing, though, it is important for you guys to note that you should note that it is a HUD property. And let's see, so where it says property owned as, you would say this is a HUD home. And we do that so we can mark it properly in all of the videos that we create and all of the different syndications we have. So it's important that you guys mark it as such. But then from there, you can fill out all of the information here, and you can start posting this to Craigslist. And we have one agent here that actually works in the same office that I work out of. This guy is probably the best at marketing HUD homes. So not only does he market them on Craigslist, but he actually will go out and he'll put signs up, with his number on it and with the website that he created for that property. Not in the yard, because you're not allowed doing that, but you can, he markets, all over town, or maybe, around the same subdivision, and he'll put signs up to where he'll write, for a great deal on a HUD home, call this number, and he gets a lot of phone calls from doing things like that. And he'll take the flyer and maybe he'll go around, he'll print off a flyer of the home and post it, around the neighborhood. So I can tell you that that's maybe not something that a lot of you agents, think sounds very fun, but I can tell you he gets a lot of business, over $500,000 a month in business from doing this marketing, and and that's working with smaller loan amounts in Cincinnati, Ohio than I know than what are in California and other areas of the country. So that is how you market HUD homes, and again, the rules that you have to follow when marketing HUD homes. This is great for agents also who maybe don't have a lot of listings and they're looking to get more listings. On your next listing presentation, it's not very fun to go on a listing presentation where you don't have any listings whatsoever. But if you have your Commerce REALPro website, if you can put a half a dozen HUD homes up there and you can market them, and then you can show your prospective clients the marketing that you're going to do for them. You're not necessarily telling them that those are your listings, but at least you have examples on your website of things that you're going to do for their home. So it's very important to have some of those up there maybe before you go on a listing appointment, especially if you don't have any listings whatsoever. Do we have any questions on HUD homes? Typically we have a few questions about that. Josh, have you seen any?
We do not have any questions at this point in time on the HUD homes.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
Not at this point.
Not that you see. Okay. Good deal. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on to for sale by owner. So I told you guys that Craigslist was a great area to market your properties, but it's also a good way to find buyers. So what you could do is you could go to your local Craigslist and do real estate for sale, and then you would only want to list the ones that say by owner. So these are people who should not be, they don't have their house listed by a real estate agent, and so they're trying to just sell their home for sale by owner. And what you can do is you can actually contact these people. Again, don't go through here and start contacting every single one, 100 people at a time, because Craigslist will think that you're a spammer or something like that. And but what we can do is you can find, say this one right here, find the more expensive ones maybe. So if we can scroll down through here and say, here's a home for $148,500, I wouldn't mind, and that's in an area that I market in Linwald, maybe I could, help this person market their home. Again, they're trying to sell it for sale by owner. What you could do is you could email them. So we could see if their information is in here, which it doesn't look like it is, which is not a problem. You can actually, email them by clicking on this link here, by clicking reply, and you could ask them, let them know, I'm a real estate agent. If I find a buyer for your home, would you pay a 3% commission? Almost always they will say yes. We get over a 75% response rate, right away that says absolutely we would, pay a 3% commission. And at that point in time, you would say, that's great. And then you're going to, most likely when they respond, you're going to have their actual email address. So at that time, you can email them back again, say, that's awesome. I will, but here is something that I have for you to help you market your home, to give you more exposure. You're not trying, let them know you're not trying to get a listing contract. You're just trying to help them find a buyer, and it'll help you find a buyer for them. And then you can introduce them to the REALPro system. And what you can do is the second email that a lot of agents send out, will say, for maximum exposure, please check out my website, which I'm going to go to my website here. And your website is typically your username.willsellfast.com. So you can say, check out this website, click on the Feature My Home link for me to help you market your property, with no obligation. They can come here, that they would click the Feature My Home. They can fill out their information. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. They can fill all this out. And they can also upload photos and type in a description. So at this point, they're doing all of the work for you. So you don't have to do anything whatsoever. They're entering in all of their information. They'd upload their photos. They'd click submit. They get, oh, and it didn't take my phone number. All right. It says, thank you for submitting a request to feature your home. What this does is this will send you an email letting you know that somebody has a Feature My Home request. So you can see I just got the email down here. That was quick. And then when I go into my back office, if I go to my active listings, I'm going to see a new featured request. So this is the one that I just did. And you can see my information and my contact information. To activate this property, you would just click Edit. And then you would make sure that all the information is correct and filled in. We do have to enter in the square footage. And then you say, what, that looks great. If they already had pictures in here, that the pictures would be uploaded. And then you would just set it to active and click Save. And we would create the website for you. So at that point in time, you've just given a for sale by owner a website, a mobile website. You give them the ability to print flyers. We talked about the call capture last week with you guys, so you can give them a call capture number. So you can give them a lot of the tools to help them sell their home. Now, does that necessarily mean that you're going to find the buyer for this person? Not necessarily, but it definitely increases your chances of finding a buyer, and you're helping them market their property on other places, in fact everywhere besides the MLS, because we'll syndicate it to Trulia and Zillow and other places. So this is a great way for you to get more exposure. At the same time, a lot of times if a for sale by owner doesn't sell, they will want to list their property on the MLS, and you have your foot in the door at that point to, as long as you keep open communication with them and develop that relationship, when they go to list their home, you're going to be one of the first people that they call. So this is a great way for you to get your foot in the door with for sale by owners, and it also helps you get exposure, on other websites, Trulia, Zillow, to maximize, the potential for you finding a buyer for a home. And you might get a call from a buyer who would want to look at that home, and they don't have an agent. Maybe they end up not buying that home. It's not a big deal. That happens a lot with the HUD homes that we have. They might look at a HUD home, but they might not necessarily buy it. Maybe they see that it needs too much work, but that doesn't mean that you can't be there for them to help them with a different house. So that is one great way to find for sale by owners. Again, Craigslist, there are a ton of them there every day, and there's always new ones. So this is, if you make this part of your daily routine, this is something where you can find new buyers. You can maybe spend the first 30 minutes of your morning entering in a HUD home or two, finding a couple Craigslist for sale by owners to help them market their home. So it's pretty easy to do, and it only takes a few minutes out of your day, and it's a constant pipeline of new business. So the next thing, do we have any questions on the Craigslist or the for sale by owners?
It doesn't look like we have any questions at this point
today.
in time.
Okay, good deal. The next thing, I'm going to move on to our pocket listings. So many MLSs have certain rules on how long you can sit on a new listing before you have to post it to the MLS. So we understand that a lot of agents like to use our system after it's been entered into the MLS because they don't like entering in the information manually. But I can tell you, if you want to have the best results with RealPro, you want to make sure you can get the most business and maximize the exposure you get with your properties. We encourage everyone to enter in their listings in RealPro first. So if you can wait 48 or 72 hours before you post it to Craigslist or before you post it to your MLS, we encourage you to do that. We encourage you to enter your listings here manually. That means that if you entered in manually, we're going to syndicate your listing to Trulia and Zillow and a lot of other places before the MLS. So you're going to be much more likely to pick up a consumer to get both sides of the transaction than you would be if you just go ahead and put it into the MLS right away. So that is one trick that we tell everybody for, as far as pocket listings go. Or we know sometimes, if an agent has a deal, well, maybe somebody doesn't want to list it on the MLS, they say, you know what, you can sell my property, we'll pay you for it, but I just don't want it on the MLS at this time. Again, this is another way that you can do it. You can just enter it in manually and go ahead and market their property, and we'll make sure that everything gets out there on everywhere besides the MLS. And then the last thing I want to talk about today is builder marketing. So also, a lot of times builders will, they might not necessarily want to list all of their homes on the MLS, and even if they do, using RealPro to go in and get that builder business, to show them what you're going to do for them, to show them all of the different property websites that you can create for them, and the YouTube videos, and give them flyers. This is a big selling point with builders. I know we had a user in Texas actually land a builder account because of RealPro. Basically, they were able to go into that builder and talk about everything that the system provides, and they tried to sell this builder for the last 3 years and couldn't even get their foot in the door. But they were able to show them what RealPro does, and they were able to land that account. So that's something else that you guys can use if you want to try to create a new builder relationship. So still no questions, Josh? We got a quiet group today?
We do have a quiet group, or you're doing a great job, one or the other. Maybe both.
All right, probably the quiet group. So another thing, we didn't get a lot of response last week. I know we talked about the call capture. So, you know, I've gone through most of the things for getting the new business, but I know that the new features, the design center and the call capture that we covered last week, you know, I don't think we got a lot of orders for that. Did we get any orders for sign writers, Lauren? So, okay, yeah, we've only sent out a couple. So, you know, I can tell you that this is a great feature, and it does generate a lot of phone calls and several leads for you guys. So again, just to cover what the call capture system does, is it gives you, we will give you at no charge a sign writer for your properties with a toll-free number that has a property extension on it. And at that time, somebody can call that number and they can get 24-hour information about the property. It'll automatically play for them the description of the property, which you can go back in and re-record a custom greeting. They can also press 1 to have the mobile website sent to their smartphone. They can press 2 to be connected directly with you, the real estate agent, and they can press 3 to be connected with the your loan officer, your commerce loan officer. So if you guys have any questions on that or how that works, what you would do is you can just log into call capture here, and you would start by requesting signs. So if you just click on how many signs that you think that you would need, you would enter in here. So if you wanted 10 signs, click submit. And then if you want to see what the status of your sign order is, so if you want to see you know, what sign requests are had, and if you have any pending, you know, once they we send something out, there'll be a tracking number here, so we'll email you. You'll know how many we mailed out to your loan officer and what the tracking number is, so you'll know when they receive those signs. And from there, once you get the signs, you will have extensions in your back office. So you'll see, like, I have 2 extensions here, 2506 and 4999. You'll just add your properties. And this is all of the active properties that we have. And then if you'd like to call in and record a custom greeting for your property, you can easily do that by following the directions up here above. So it's kind of a, you know, a brief overview of it. If you guys have any questions with that, you can email support or give support a call, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through the process. So Josh, that's about all I have for today. This might be one of the shorter ones we've done since everybody's so quiet today. But we'll wait a few minutes and see if we have any more questions. Again, support is always available for you guys at the telephone number here that you see right when you have in your account, or at the support email right below it. And so in closing, our next RealPro webinar that we're going to have is Tuesday, October 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to be the Commerce RealPro Basics webinar, or RealPro 101. And this webinar is intended for realtors who are new to Commerce RealPro or need a refresher on the basics. And this webinar will provide a systems overview of Commerce RealPro, how to log in, create your profile, and enter in your first listing. If you're a current RealPro user, you'll automatically receive an invitation to all Commerce RealPro webinars via email. We just implemented this month, so hopefully everybody was able, on the webinar today, was able to open my emails. If you guys have any problems opening them or anything like that, please let me know, because this is something new that we're doing. So any feedback we can get on the email system, we would really appreciate it. And you guys can also find a schedule of all of our webinars located on the Commerce RealPro website at www.commercerealpro.com. And I'll go ahead and take you there now. So you can take a look at our training calendar. So we'll also post everything here. And do we have next month's posted? We do have it posted already. So.
And Coy, we do have a question.
Okay.
Is regarding, is there a monthly fee for RealPro?
There is a monthly fee for RealPro. You do get a trial period to start off, but after your trial period is over, it is $9.95 a month. So unfortunately, at Commerce we would like to give this to you for free, but because of RESPA concerns, we do have to charge something. But hopefully you guys can find the value in the system, because we do give you guys, if you want to use the call capture system, that's really, really cheap. $10 a month just for the call capture system alone is actually very cheap. And I know, like on the features webinar, all the other features that we have, such as our design center, our ability to allow you to syndicate your listings with custom property descriptions, and creating the YouTube videos and everything else that we do in the single property websites. Hopefully you guys will find a great value for $9.95. And but yeah, unfortunately there is a cost to it. So if you guys have any questions on Commerce RealPro, you can always contact your loan officer first, and if they can't help you, you can always contact support or also Josh Brooks. And Josh, where do we have your information handy here?
My cell phone number is the best way to reach me.
Okay.
It is 720-280-5014. In fact, if you would like quicker service, it is my email address is jbrooks. That's JBROOKS at commercemtg.com.
Right. Now, hopefully you guys, since hopefully everyone got the emails that we sent out reminding you about the webinar today, and if you did, I believe Josh is, at least his email address is in that email, and in the future we'll try to add his cell phone in there as well. And again, so if you can't get a hold of Josh, but you can definitely call the support number or email support, and we can also help you with any problems you're having. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for RealPro, what you would like to see in new features or anything like that, I can't promise you that we can implement them right away, but we definitely like to have a lot of feedback from our users. I can tell you a lot of the features that this system has. I know the open house feature for sure was a user requested, and the call capture was definitely user requested. So we do listen, and so any feedback you can give us, we would really appreciate it. So I think that's about it today. So if we have any more questions, still
we're good on questions.
Any more questions?
Thanks,
Okay.
Thanks everyone for attending.
All right, guys, and I hope to see everybody on the 8th.
Thanks, Coy.